Good morning, everyone. Let us start this session. So during the last lecture, we have seen the graphical analysis and we have discussed the formula to find out the velocity from the acceleration time graph. Okay. So if the acceleration time graph is given, and if you want to find out the velocity at some given time, then we can use this formula. Vf is equal to Vi plus area under the AT curve between the time limit Ti to Tf. Okay. So now we will see if acceleration time graph is given and if you want to find out the position. So here AT graph is given and we want to find out the position of the particle when time t is equal to Tf. Okay. So to find out the position at this point, let us say position is xf. So what is the required data to find out the xf? We must know the initial position, that is the xi. Then velocity vi at time t is equal to Ti. Okay. So these two parameters must be known. Then we can find out the xf. So the formula to find out the xf, the final position when time t is equal to Tf. So it is given by xi plus vi into t plus area under the AT curve So this area under the AT curve, it is the area between this two time limit Ti to Tf. Okay. So for this case, we have to consider this total area. So we can divide this. So first we have to consider this triangle and then we have to consider this rectangle. Okay. So this total area is nothing but the area under the AT curve from time Ti to Tf. Okay. And then we have to multiply this T minus Tg. Okay. So this T parameter, so it is difference between these two times. So this is the horizontal distance between Tf and Ti. So this is the T and this Tg means we have to find out the centroid of this complete area. Okay. So suppose the centroid somewhere lies here. So this is the position of that centroid. Then we have to measure the distance of that centroid with respect to this initial time. Okay. So this distance, it will become the Tg. That is the distance of centroid with the initial time. So this is the Tg. Then difference between final time and the initial time, this is the T. So we have to multiply this area by this difference T minus Tg. Okay. So basically this quantity, this is called as area moment. That means we are taking the moment for the area under the AT curve with the final time. Okay. So to take the moment, we must know this distance because this is the center of gravity. Okay. So at this point, complete area is supposed to be concentrated. So to take the moment, we will consider the total area. Okay. So this is area under the AT curve and then multiply by this distance. So to find out this distance, we can subtract this Tg from this T value. Okay. So this is the total formula to find out the final time. Xf is equal to xi plus vi into t plus area under the AT curve from time limit Ti to Tf into T minus Tg. Okay. So by using this formula, we can find out position time graph directly from the acceleration time graph. Okay. So now we will solve the problems on the motion curves. So before we start with the problem, just we will see what are the standard motion curves. So first motion curves, this is for the uniform velocity motion. So uniform velocity motion means velocity will be constant. So when velocity is constant, the acceleration value, this will be 0. So we will see if the velocity is constant, what is the nature of AT graph, then VT graph, and the XT graph. Okay, so for the uniform velocity motion, velocity is constant and the acceleration is 0. Okay, so we will draw the AT graph. So when acceleration is 0, that means the x-axis, that is the time axis, it will represent the acceleration time graph. Okay, so this is the 0 value for the acceleration. Okay, so throughout the motion, for uniform velocity motion, acceleration value, it will remain 0. Okay, so if the acceleration is 0 and if the velocity is constant, that means velocity graph will be a straight line graph, and this straight line, it is parallel to the time axis. So this is the constant velocity. So this constant velocity, it may be 2 meters per second. It can have any value, but velocity will remain constant. Okay, and the position time graph, so if the velocity time graph is a constant line parallel to time axis, then position time graph, it will be a straight line with continuously increasing, having the positive slope. Okay, so this is the positive slope. That means position is continuously increasing with respect to time. So if the acceleration time graph is 0, then we will get velocity time graph as a straight line parallel to time axis, and then position time graph will be a straight line and where the position is continuously increasing. Okay, so for uniform acceleration motion, the acceleration value, this is the constant value. Okay, so if you plot the acceleration time graph, then this acceleration time graph will be a straight line parallel to time axis. So this is the acceleration constant. So this constant value, it may be a 2 meters per second square. Then from the acceleration time graph, we can plot the velocity time graph. So velocity time graph will be a straight line with the positive slope. So this is velocity time graph. And from the velocity time graph, we can plot the position time graph. So position time graph, if this is a straight line, then position time graph will be the second degree curve. So second degree curve, it will be a parabola. Okay, so basically when we find out the velocity from acceleration and position from velocity, basically we are using the integration. Okay, so when you are integrating any equation or any polynomial, then you are increasing the degree of that polynomial. Okay, so here when you find out the velocity, basically we are increasing the degree. And from velocity time, if you find out the position time, again we are increasing the degree. Okay, so this line which is parallel to time axis, so from velocity time it will become the first degree curve. So this will have the equation y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, so this mx plus c, it gives the equation for the straight line. Okay, and this is the first degree curve. And if you integrate this equation, and if you want to find out the position time, then its equation will be y is equal to some constant c1 x square plus c2x plus c3. Okay, so here degree of the polynomial, this is the second degree curve. Okay, so therefore if the acceleration is constant, then velocity time graph will be first degree curve. That will be a straight line. Okay, and having the positive slope if acceleration is positive. Okay, from the velocity time, if you want to find out the position time, then position time will be second degree curve. So basically we are increasing the degree of that polynomial by integration. Okay, so this is the uniform acceleration motion. And the third graph, this is for the variable acceleration. So variable acceleration means acceleration will be changing. So suppose we have the acceleration time graph and its nature is a straight line having the positive slope. So this is the acceleration time graph. Okay, so basically this is a first degree curve. Okay, so from the acceleration time, if you want to find out the velocity time, then we have to integrate this acceleration time. Okay, so as we are integrating, that means we will get the second degree curve for the velocity. So second degree curve, it will be a parabola. So this is the nature of the velocity time graph, and this graph, it will be a parabola. And from the velocity time graph, if you want to find out the position time, then again we have to integrate velocity time. So velocity time graph, it will be a third degree curve. Sorry, position time graph will be a third degree curve. So third degree means this is the cubic. So we will get one cubic polynomial. For second degree curve, we will get parabolic equation. And first degree curve means this is a straight line. Okay, so these are some standard graphs. So you have to remember all these graphs because we have to use these graphs when we will solve the problem on the graphical analysis. So now we will start with some basic problem. Okay, so in this problem, two graphs are given for position time. Okay, so this graph represents the kinematic relation for a particle. Okay, and we have to determine the particle's velocity at t is equal to 4 seconds. So if you refer these graphs, then these are the position time graph, that is the xt graph. Okay, from the xt graph, if you want to find out the velocity, then just we have to find out the slope of the xt graph at the particular point. Okay, so if you refer the time, then time given as t is equal to 4 seconds. And if you refer the nature of this graph, so both the graphs, they are straight line, okay, having the positive slope and the negative slope. So if the graph nature for position time is a straight line, so basically this is a first degree, and this is also first degree. Okay, so this is having positive slope, and this is having the negative slope. So if the position time graph is a straight line, that is a first degree curve, then what is the nature of the velocity time graph? Okay, so for that you have to refer the standard relations. So refer this uniform velocity motion. Okay, so here you can observe position time graph. If it is a straight line, that is a first degree curve, okay, having positive or negative slope, then the velocity time graph, it will be a constant value. Okay, so to find out velocity time graph from the position time, so if you go in the reverse manner from right to left, then this is the differentiation. That means you have to differentiate position time, then you will get velocity, and again differentiate velocity time, you will get the acceleration time. Okay, because the relation between velocity and position is v is equal to dx by dt, and acceleration is equal to dv by dt. Okay, so from right to left we have to differentiate. Okay, and from left to right we will integrate the equation. Okay, so v is equal to dx by dt. This is nothing but the slope of the xt graph. So if you find out the slope of the xt graph, then we will get directly the velocity value. And if you observe, if xt graph is a first degree curve, then velocity will be a constant value. So this is a constant value. So now refer the given problem. So in the first problem, the position time graph, this is a straight line. So this is first degree curve. Just find out the slope of this line. So to find out the velocity, we will use the relation v is equal to dx by dt. So this dx by dt, it is nothing but the slope of the xt graph or xt curve. So if you find out the slope, then you will directly get the velocity. So for the slope, you can use the 2-point formula. That is a y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So observe these 2 points. Okay. So let us take this point as a P2, and this is the P1. So for the P2, just find out its x coordinate and the y coordinate. So for the P2, we have the x coordinate as a 4, and its y coordinate, this is 5. Okay. Then for P1, we have the x coordinate as a 2, and its y coordinate is 4. Okay, so this will become x2, y2, and this is x1, y1. So you can use the formula slope is equal to, that is the slope of the straight line. This is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay. So y2 minus y1, this value will be 5 minus 4. And x2 minus x1, this is 4 minus 2. So you will get the value 1 by 2. So the slope is equal to 0.5. And what is basically slope? It is nothing but the velocity. So v is equal to 0.5 meter per second. Okay, that means for the first degree curve, which is a position time, velocity graph will be a constant value, that is a 0.5 meter per second. So if you plot the velocity graph, then this is the velocity time graph. And for all the times, that is time 0 to infinity, velocity will have the constant value. So this is the 0 degree curve. And this constant value is nothing but the 0.5 meter per second. Okay. So if you take the velocity at t is equal to 2 or t is equal to 4, it is 0.5 meter per second. So question is, we have to find out the velocity at t is equal to 4 seconds. Okay. So don't get confused with this x1, x2. We are considering this as a y-axis and this is the x-axis. Okay. So for the x-axis, this x1 represent the x coordinate and x2 represent the x coordinate for the point 2. Okay. So now similarly, try to find out the velocity for the second graph. So for the second graph, so this straight line, this is the first degree curve. This value is 6, this is 0, and this is 3. And from this, we have to find out the velocity at t is equal to 4 seconds. So we know the nature of graph. If the xt graph is straight line, then from this, we will get the velocity time graph as a constant line. So this is the 0 degree curve. Okay, so we have to find out this constant value. So to find out this constant value, so we can write v is equal to slope of the xt graph. Okay, so to find out this slope, we have to identify the both the points p1 and p2. So you can take this as a p1. So select this point. So this is p1 and this is the p2. So for the p1, what are the coordinates for the p1? What is x coordinate and what is the y coordinate? You can give the answer in the chat box.